Yes, I've seen it. It's hilarious.
The funniest thing
It's so
ever.
funny.
It was so
He's
funny.
so scared of the animals.
Do you know how I even ended up finding? I was just watching this crap with my my nephew because he likes animals. So I was just watching every single episode. Robert Irwin was on Jimmy, and then we came across the Kevin one, and then my nephew was laughing. He's so scared. He's a little baby. I loved it.
So funny. Oh my god.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Okay.
Are we recording?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, okay. Hey guys.
Welcome back to the Talkaholics podcast. This is Iman.
And Raazia.
So today we're going to speak about just what's going on in our lives.
Guys,
you know,
super casual.
Super cash. You know, we just want to update you guys and us. Like we haven't seen each other in a while. So.
We haven't. Yeah, both of us haven't seen each other in a while.
So you know, we just want to see what's going on. It's Ramadan, so we're fasting.
Yeah, Ramadan Mubarak to those who
are
fasting.
I mean, we're a little late by the time this episode comes out.
Yeah, you probably would eat.
Yeah.
So Eid Mubarak. Yay.
Yeah, but how's fasting going for you?
It's going well. I was saying earlier when you first came that because the weather here in Toronto is not as nearly as bad as it was the past few Ramadans. Yeah. In terms of heat, I'm nowhere near as like thirsty or whatever as I was. I usually get hungry when I'm bored, so that's usually like weekends for me.
Yeah.
I just go a little crazy because I find it easier when I'm at work.
Definitely.
Distracted, and then usually by the time I come home, it's like 2 hours until
exactly. Yeah, same
I have
thing.
to break, and then I'm doing errands until then.
Yeah.
So, I'm fine. I think what always messes me up during Ramadan is sleep. Like the interrupted sleep of getting up for sahur and then just like all that stuff and the tarawih and like closer to Eid time it's just like oh my god, just that last few days you're just like I gotta hustle through this somehow.
Yeah.
You kind of go
definitely the sleep is what gets me. Like everything else I'm perfectly fine, but
same.
I love my sleep. So it's like every day I'm getting up, you know, I'm working my 8 hours, you know, like, so it's like your body's like being slowly drained of its energy throughout the week, and then I like crash in the weekend. So like I'll sleep for like
I literally
a long time.
I did not see the outside world at all. No.
I'll sleep and I'll wake up at like midday or 1 o'clock.
The both of us messaged each other. We're like, are we meeting? No.
I know. I was like, I just woke up. And then my parents would be like, oh, good morning. And I'm like, don't give me that sauce. Don't give me that sauce. And it's just like, it's funny because I don't know what it is. Like, because our parents do this all the time. And they're perfectly fine.
They're okay.
They just, I don't know how they do this.
I'm like, know it either.
My mom's like, yes, I do this every day. I was like, yeah, but you're you and I'm me. So
exactly. I'm still adjusting, guys. The work world is rough.
Yeah. Oh my god. Let's not, that's another one. That's another topic.
Altogether. Oh man. But yeah, I think I'm okay comparatively to the last few years. I definitely was like struggling, I think. Not the last Ramadan, the one before that. But now I'm okay. Again, it's just sleep. It's just we're trying to, you know, keep up with life. Because I think I've like developed the last few years like a caffeine addiction a little bit.
Oh.
Not to coffee necessarily, like just to pop. I'll like be frank about it. Like I use pop and like sugary stuff to keep myself awake and alive throughout the workday. Like it's like a meal replacement for me. It's just like
that's
Coke.
So bad for you.
I know it is. But that's what helps me like get stuff done if I'm like really busy and want to get like I do way too much. Like I multitask way too much, and so to get through that, if I want to get errands done while going to see people, like then I do that.
Yeah.
I can't now.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm completely like not relying on that stuff. So like it's just that it's not a headache, but that like haze you have over your head almost a little when you don't have that to rely on, and then you just still trying to do all of that.
Yeah, it's difficult. Like me, like it'll be like because my workday is usually very fast paced because I'm like in and out of, you know, like if I have a meeting or if I have to like run errands for work, like I do a lot of like, let's not get started, but like I do a lot of things that are not part of my job description. So that's the working in a nonprofit. So like I do a lot of like grocery shopping. I do a snack prep for like 360 kids, and so like I'm always in and out of the building. Like I'm not always just sitting at my desk. It's very rare that I'm just at my desk for the entire day.
Yeah.
More recently.
Right.
So like sometimes when I'll just like stop it hits me right then. Like, I've been through a lot. Like,
right?
I'll be like, whoa, I'm so
drops.
tired.
Yes, I know.
And I get, like, really, like, woo. Like, I'm like, woo, I'm really, like, you know, I'm running on fumes here.
Yeah.
And then I have to go into program. So then it's like, it's turn on. It's like a different mindset. Exactly. And then I go home and I'm like, wow, I'm exhausted. Yeah. And then I'm like, wait, I have to do schoolwork for 2 courses.
Yes.
And then, like, it's just like,
you have to keep going.
I'm just so tired.
You have to keep going somehow. Like, I don't know how people do, like, I know a lot of people who both attend iftars and host iftars, like, literally every single day of Ramadan, and I'm like,
oh no,
what the, just,
no.
I'm surprised I went to, like, an iftar yesterday, and, like, got dressed up for it, and like, actually, you know, went out of my way to socialize and have that energy. Yeah. Like, like, that's a rare thing for me.
Assign that for the weekends. I'm just like, I'm not doing that during the weekdays.
Or like if it's with family, I don't feel like the need, like that's okay because usually people come to us.
Yeah, exactly.
And like I don't have to like put on a face or anything, so like get dressed up necessarily, so that's fine. But oh my god, it's yeah. I think if it wasn't for the caffeine thing and the sleep thing, I think I'd be okay. But
yeah,
it's what it is.
I just remember this year is so different for me compared to like my past years I've been fasting, because this year is the first time I have like a full-time job.
Oh,
so like
like
previous years I'm either in school and working part-time. So like your schedule is always like here and there. Like sometimes I could stay up till suhoor. Like I would be perfectly fine because I don't have, you know, school's done, and like maybe I have my shift. It doesn't start till like later on in the afternoon, so I can sleep in a little bit, and then don't have to worry about like feeling hungry, and then go to work. And work is very easy. I work retail, so it was like whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't take much from me. Yeah. So it was like this year is very different, and it's a new type of struggle, and I'm like, wow, this is what adults go through, and I don't like it.
Yeah, it's that was my first year when I did when I had my first real full-time shift. At like my first job, and like it like hit me. I was like, wow, that's like actual like 8 hours
real life.
Work, and then I gotta go home. Yeah, and just because I was in school too at the same time, I was like, wow, I actually have to do this now. Yeah, and then you're like, wow, this is actual fasting. This is like actual trying to get through with your life while fasting. Like again, like our parents have done for so long, and it doesn't faze them like at all. That's crazy. It's nuts, guys. But yeah, if you're fasting or celebrating somehow, I hope that your hours wherever you live. Like I know people in New Zealand, like last year or something, it was like practically the whole day you're fasting.
Yeah, there's like places where it's just like 23 hours. It's like wow, you guys are strong. I'll tell you that.
Because you basically have iftar and suhoor at like the same time.
Yeah, like you will have an hour to eat, and then like you're back at it.
You have your date, and then you're done.
Yeah, like it's crazy. And there's only so much time you can sleep. You know,
I don't know. If you're a mom too, I like shout out to the moms. Like
shout out to my mom. It's Mother's Day today. Happy Mother's Day. Yeah. I mean, by the time this comes out.
Well, you know.
But you know, like shout out to the moms out there who work full time and then they come home and then they make dinner.
Care of little babies.
Yeah, like that's crazy. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. My mom always tells me, she's like, what are you gonna do when you are no longer living here and you have a family? And I'm like, girl. Yeah. I'm not thinking about that right now.
Exactly. I already know I'm going to rely on skip the dishes. I'm not going to cook shit.
Well, first of all, I told her, I was like, first of all, who said my husband's not cooking too? You best believe he's not going to sit there. Oh my God. Speaking of that, I hate that rhetoric where it's like the women cook and clean and the guys just sit there and like eat their food.
Yeah, no. Exactly.
That's not how it's going to be in my house. Mm-hmm. But like there was this picture going on like our family WhatsApp or something. Like, you know when like they send on like Viber and like all the other platforms,
multiple
where they like send around the same picture to different family members, and then like I get like 3 of the same thing.
Yeah,
they all send it to me.
All different groups. Yeah.
So my grandma was showing it to me, and it said like Ramadan Kareem, and there was like a picture, and then it was like a picture, but it's like 2 different pictures, like one above the other. So it said Ramadan Kareem at the top, and then there was a picture of like men sitting and eating, and then it said Ramadan Kareem again, and then there was a picture of women like cleaning. Oh my God. I was like, no!
That's like that.
And they were like, my family was like laughing, like ha ha, and I'm like, no.
That's not even
that
like
is not
implicit.
cool.
That's just straight up like, okay, yeah.
That is not cool. Like, yeah, I get like, you know, there's been certain practices that have kind of been like ingrained in like culture, but like.
The world's different now.
It's different, girl. Like, yo, men can sweep clean. They can clean up after themselves. They can wash their dishes. Woo! They can wash their dishes. Okay, like they are not incompetent. They can wash. Maybe they can't cook. That's okay. They don't have the skill. Sure. But you can
go out and buy something, honey.
Yeah.
Just leave the house for once.
Yeah, like I hate that idea where like women are always have to be ready to like make the food. If the women are there to make the food, oh no, like the world's over.
How dare the tea not be ready?
Oh,
you know, by the time they come home.
It's like no.
Yeah, I know. I know that rhetoric.
And like when this is so weird off topic. Yeah. And I was watching because you know how like a lot of like Muslim YouTubers will do like the Ramadan vlogs. I said that's so weird. Ramadan vlogs. So it'll be like Vlogmadan or whatever. Yeah. Stop. So I was watching Dina Tokyo's.
Okay.
And I love this because her husband cooks more than she does.
Oh, nice.
So he's always the one cooking like all the big meals and stuff like that. And I'm like, you go. She
got it right.
I mean, like she cooks it too, like you know, but like she helps him out.
She has like 2 kids now, right?
Yeah, she has 2 kids as well. So it's like, you know, he's as much of a parent as she is. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's I don't know how we got here, but like just wanted to put that in there.
Just a segue quickly. Guys, just so you know, if you're fasting, be ready.
Yeah. Like men, you are capable of, you know, being as present during Ramadan. Like
together,
why like what were you doing all day for you to be like, oh I can't lift a hand. No. Yeah. I can't help you with these dishes. I can't help you warm up this food. Sometimes it's just putting things in the oven, like
I was gonna say, like, there are things in, like, Walmart, no frills right now, that you can buy, like, the Zabia halal stuff. Just put that shit in a freaking stove.
Yeah. No, but you know, you would be surprised about how many, like, people don't know how to use an oven. Like, my brother didn't know how to use the oven till, like, 2 years ago.
For real?
I'm not even
just turn it on?
Like, sometimes I'll be like, he wants to make, like, I don't know, chicken nuggets or something. He's like, you know, can you make me chicken nuggets? I'm like... I was like, all you gotta do is put them in a tray and put them in the oven. He's like, yeah, but, like, how do you turn on the oven? I was
like,
my
God.
Excuse me?
Oh, my God.
It's like, what? I said, no, I'm not gonna help you. You better figure that out.
I guess he's, like, Googled it. He's like, how to work, so...
And literally, all you do is press bake and start. Like, literally, that's all you have to do. It's so simple.
Or, like, even a toaster oven.
And now he calls himself a chef because now he can, like, cook, like, steak
because he makes,
stuff.
like, ramen.
He cooks steak.
Nice. Okay, good.
And I'm like, that's all you can make. And he calls himself a chef. Whatever.
It's okay. He feels good about himself. He's got that one thing down. Therefore, he can cook.
But, yeah, no. Definitely, like, we have to teach, like, they gotta be taught young, man. They're not, just because they're men doesn't mean they gotta sit back and relax.
That's the biggest thing. Like, especially with, like, my nephew definitely gets that pressure from at least me as an aunt. I'm always like, just so you know, you gotta do this.
Yeah.
Like, because I definitely, like, I have 3 nieces before him. And, like, with them, like, I've never had to, I feel like I've done the role reversal of what normal brown parents have done for their kids.
Yeah.
Which is, like, be super hard on the girls and make sure that they know, you know, their role in the world and that they have these expectations. And then the guy, he'll raise himself.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I'm saying? Like, he can run around, it's fine, and destroy stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
That's boys. With Zach, it's completely different. With Zach, I'm like, I see him, like, make friends with, like, a girl in the park, and, like, he'll, like, grab her hand to, like, walk with her, because he's, like, super friendly. Zach, the thing with him is that strangers don't scare him. He is super okay to just be open and, like, I'll tell you everything about my life to, like, just anybody.
Yeah.
And I'll just, like, very quickly take him aside and be like, just so you know, you have to, like, ask her. Like, ask her, do you know what permission is? Yes, Auntie, okay, so ask her.
Yeah, you can just grab her hand.
No, I was like, no, hold on. Even with me, he'll like, ask to, like, go somewhere, like, anyway, like, do something again like that with me, and I'm always like, okay, but, like, what do you say? He'd be like, oh, can we please go? And I'm like, oh, look at that. Yeah. That's pretty important.
Yeah, that's good.
And, like, with the girls so much, it's like, I think I'm more focused on, like, okay, feel good about yourself. Like, feel confident. Like, don't be so stuck in your own head don't care too much about this.
Yeah.
Like, feel, like, important or feel fulfilled with the things that you do with your life, right? So, I don't know. Again, where this conversation is going.
Yeah, I don't know how we got here, but, like, it's cool.
Guys, it's one of the podcasts where we're like, what do we talk about? And then we're like, Ramadan. And then we just stood there like, okay. But I don't know if you want to talk about some cool stuff.
Oh, yes.
That everyone's
I guess we could talk about it now. I mean, like, so I know we mentioned it before. I don't remember which one we mentioned it in, which episode we mentioned it in.
I don't remember ever explicitly.
No, we did. I talked about this.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, we talked about you and talking to your parents. I think.
Yeah, yes.
We talked about that. We talked about that.
I know I mentioned this in the episode before, but like I'm going to be going to Budapest in the summer for a month and a half.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I specifically talked about like what I would be doing, but I know in the last episode we were talking about like Muslim travelers guilt and stuff like that. And so like I was talking about my experience trying to get my parents to be okay with this.
Yes.
They're still not completely okay, but it's happening.
Right,
so
right.
like it's happening.
Things are booked, guys.
They gotta do it. Yeah, my flight. But it's funny because, and I think I mentioned this before, my parents are super supportive. Like, their biggest thing is like their worry. Like, of course, like that's every parent, right? You worry, but especially when it comes to the girls in the family.
Yeah.
So like they're always worried about what's gonna happen, and me like visibly being a visible like Black Muslim woman, like how I'm being perceived in places, and especially what you see on the news, like in like Islamophobia in Europe. Like, of course they're gonna be worried, but I'm like, I've been to Europe before.
Right.
Not like not every country in Europe is the same, of course.
Right.
I recognize that, but I've been to multiple places in Europe where I thought like, ooh, like I was gonna be like looked at. Yeah, like I thought I was gonna be like there's that Muslim girl, and I was gonna be like giving weird looks. And yes, I was giving weird looks, but it was never really hateful. It was just like, oh, we've never seen you before, kind of thing,
Yeah.
So like it's kind of still what I experience in Toronto sometimes. So it wasn't really that different for me.
Right.
So for me, going back to Europe isn't a big deal. This is my first time staying in Eastern Europe, like for the most part. The only time I went to Eastern Europe was when I went to Croatia. And it was for a small amount of time, and I got a lot of looks, like a lot of double takes, like because it wasn't a lot, like it was there wasn't a lot of Muslims. I think I saw one hijabi while I was there, and I don't know if she was a local or if she was like literally visiting like me.
Yeah.
But the funny thing was like my Airbnb was right beside a mosque, but I never saw any Muslims. Well, I mean, not visible Muslims, of course. Like it's hard to see. Like
I see what you're saying.
Like I can't tell if a guy is a Muslim. You know what I mean?
Right.
Most of the time.
Right.
So, anyways, regardless,
my
parents are super supportive. So, like, once I got over the hurdle of, like, I want to go here and, like, you guys don't like it, but I still want to go, like, it was, like, a switch. Like, not a switch as in, like, yeah, you're going, but, like, it was just acceptance. And then my dad was, like, on top of, like, helping me find a flight. Like, he connected me with his travel agency friend. He found me a really cheap flight, and he, like, bought the ticket for me. And I was like, hello. Like, I have money, I can buy the ticket. He's like, yeah. Just send me the money, later.
Right.
Like, he was super supportive in that way,
nice.
And, like, so that's it's nice. It's nice to see that because
you
like,
want that
you feel bad, like,
sure.
and that's the thing. Like, we spoke about this before, but as women, like, Muslim women, or even, like, a lot of just, like, first generation, daughters feel a lot of guilt for doing things that they want to do that don't align with what their parents want for them.
Yeah, because they came here with a specific dream, like imagined world for us, where they came here for good healthcare and education. Yeah, and then we're asking to leave.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
So like, you feel a lot of guilt. So like, even though I know they said like, yeah, you're an adult and like you can do what you want to do, I still felt guilty because I know that they didn't want, like, they don't want me to go. If I told them like, hey, I'm not going, they'd be like, oh, okay,
perfect,
fine,
great.
I'm still remembering the time my mom was like, when I told her. Like, I might, like, before I bought my ticket and everything, I was like, oh, you know what, like, I found out that this is happening in the summer, and, like, I might not be able to go, and she's like, yes, I made dua for this, so I was like, thanks!
Yeah, you said this in the last one, I think,
But, so anyways, I'm going. That's
amazing.
That's the great thing, I'm going.
Super, super excited for you.
And the one thing that I think I mentioned when we were talking about this on the podcast last time, but I cut it out of the podcast because I was like, this is too premature. Like, I don't want this to be out in the world and then screw me over.
Right.
Is that I'm gonna be quitting
to
go.
Yeah.
Quitting my job, and that was one of the biggest things. Like, my dad had an issue with. He was like, this makes no financial sense whatsoever. Like, it's probably the stupidest thing that you can do.
It's a job. Yeah.
And I was like, 100%, I agree with you. And that was one of like the big things that I had to think about when first presented the opportunity, because I was like, oh, wow, like this is big. Like, I'm gonna be leaving a full-time job, for a position that doesn't pay me, and
it's short term
So when I come back, I'm gonna have to look for a new job, and like, but at the same time, for me, it was like, I need a change, and I don't know if this is like the same thing for you, but like for me, it's like I've been in this position for or with this organization for almost 2 years now, and like I love like the work we do, but like especially this year. This year was a big struggle for me, and I already know I mentioned this with you. It's just like I had there's a lot of like struggles that I went through this year, in particular, just because of like I was doing the same position, but it's just like the location I was working at this year puts a lot of pressure because I'm working in like I don't know if I mentioned this, but I work with kids, and I work in like I do admin stuff, whatever, but like in the afternoons I facilitate an after school program, and like the program that is run like we have different sites, and the site I'm at this year is at our like main office, so like constantly I'm being watched, and like you can feel it because even if they're not part of your department, like you can feel them watching you, judging you, like are you running program right? Are you making sure the kids are doing this? And it's like you can't
breathe, like
I feel like I don't have like you know I don't have room to like it just feels like I'm always being watched, and I always have to be on top of everything, and like that can be really straining. It could like really like take all your energy out of you, and like that's something like my coworker once mentioned to me. She's like, I feel like you're being drained of your energy, because I'm very positive. I even now like they're like, I don't know how you do this. Like some of my coworkers are like, I don't know how you do this. Like you're always so positive. I'm like, yeah, like you have to put a positive face on, because like if you don't, you're just wallowing in your own like
absolutely
sadness.
That
doesn't help.
You're not helping yourself.
You're not helping yourself. So I just feel like, and especially because I'm also in school, it's been like a big mental strain. Like this entire year, and like so this is something that I've been looking forward to, and so I'm like, you know what, like the fact that I feel a little guilty, and I feel like, ooh, this is a risk, but there's no like overwhelming like dread that I'm gonna be quitting. Like if there like I feel like I would be able to know within myself if I was making the wrong decision. And the fact that like I feel like lighter and lighter as I get closer to the end of my my work is like, it's not that I don't like the work that I do, it's just the fact that like it's just been building up, like all this stress has been building up, and it's not good. Like I feel like I look tired. Oh my god, let me show you this. So like I like if people like if you could see, like I'm gonna show Raazia a picture that they used.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna say something else.
So no, I have it. So like
no, something else.
So so we have an annual general meeting, right? Every year, where like all members and like board members and stuff come, and like they discuss how the year has gone, and like they like pass new like whatever new not legislation, but like new like I don't know what to call them. They pass new stuff in the organization, policies, and they swear in new board members, stuff like that. So the AGM, like we always have an AGM report, and like there's pictures of like from the different departments, like different participants and stuff like that. And I didn't know this, like I don't care, but they put me on the front cover of the AGM. I didn't know this at all. I was sitting there, and like my coworkers were like, "Oh, like that's you," and I was like, "Oh," and let me tell you, it looks like I'm on my deathbed. But this is a picture that I will show you, Raazia. You will see that I literally like this. I've been drained of all energy. Just look at this.
Oh my god, I love this new movement.
But do you see? I just look tired.
Because your like eyes are like glazed over.
Like I just look tired.
Oh my gosh, Iman.
Right, that's me. Like that. I just look like I'm smiling. I'm really trying.
Oh my god.
Like I'm smiling in the picture, but it looks like my eyes have been taken. Like my soul is gone.
It looks like you're just barely able to just like lift your head up and smile.
And like that's how I felt like mentally and physically this entire year. Like that's how I've been feeling, and I'm like, that's not healthy. And like that's one of the struggles I had. Like I was like, yeah, like it's not the smartest decision to quit my job, but at the same time, like sometimes I feel like your mental health is a little more, it weighs more. It's more important than financial, And I'm at a place, like, I'm in a place of, what's the word?
Stability?
No, I'm in a place of stability because I still live with my parents. But I mean, I'm, what's that word? Oh my god. I'm in a place of privilege. Of course, I recognize that I'm in a place of privilege because I live with my parents. So I don't pay rent. I'm covered like in many ways because I live with my parents. So I don't have to worry too much about my financial stability because I don't have too many like bills to pay. Like of course I pay my phone bill and I pay for my car, my gas, and I pay for insurance and all this stuff. But like that's small, very small compared to a lot of people my age who are living on their own and don't have family to support them and stuff like that.
For rent and stuff.
Exactly. And so I recognize that I'm in a place of privilege, and I feel like this is my time now to take a chance and to take a risk and to, go forward with this opportunity, because later on, like, who knows, I might move out, and I know I want to go do my master's, so that's going to cost money and like all these things. So I want to take this opportunity now that it's presented to me at, like, I think a perfect time. And I'm finishing off I'll be finishing off my work term properly, because the after school program ends when the school year ends. So I'm waiting till the school year ends to move on. I haven't told my workplace yet.
But by the time this episode
comes out, I will have told my workplace, and I'm really nervous to tell them, because like I don't want people to, like, I don't like when people are upset, which is, I mean, who does like when people are upset? And I'm not the biggest fan of confrontation, so like I do it when I have to, but if I can avoid it, I will. So I know that I'm not going to be going in here like, I hate this job, I'm quitting, like, that's not what it is. I like my coworkers, I like my job. It's just been a little stressful, and like this opportunity came forward, and it's a good opportunity because I will be saving money, because like I'm not going to be paying for my living expenses, all this stuff. So it's really great. And I'm going to be working with an organization, I don't know if I mentioned, that it helps with like settling refugees in Budapest. So I'm going to be working with a nonprofit organization. So it's going to be a new experience for me, but I'm still working within like that nonprofit realm. But internationally, which gives me an edge, I think, for like my master's and potential opportunities moving forward in the future. So I feel guilty a little bit, just because I know that like after the after school program, like my contract, like I know that they want to renew my contract and they want me to do this new position and stuff like that. And so I feel a little guilty leaving them, but I also know that I'm going to give them way I'm giving them advance notice. I'm giving them like over a month and a half notice about my leaving. So hopefully they'll be able to find someone to cover me. And I don't know, it's just like I feel anxious. I don't want to go in here and be like, hey, like I'm leaving, like, and then have to sit around for a month and a half and people like knowing that I'm leaving, and like I don't know, like, I don't really care what people think of me, but I don't like if what they think of me is reflected onto like my work. You get what I mean?
I do know what you're saying. Yeah, because you support a lot right now within your organization, within your department, and for you to leave, not last minute.
No, it's not last minute at all.
No, but for you to leave just generally, you feel like you're letting down the support of that work.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think what I wanted to say, once you were done already with explaining your story, is that you should be ultimately proud of yourself. Like I was very happy watching, because of every time you come over to do like the recordings of me and whatnot, that I think I've seen and heard every, the progression of this decision being made, and like your conversations with your parents, your conversations with yourself, and like we talked about too and stuff. So it's just been nice and refreshing to see you make yourself like that independent decision for yourself, which I think after you come back, I will see a different Iman, and like one who was really happy with the decision she made. Because I was talking to my sister a lot about this. Like I feel like I'm surrounded right now with a few people who are making similar decisions, like as you are, who all happen to be close friends of mine, and so like almost every other day I'm like telling my sister, oh, this person's going this place, and like I was talking to her and I was saying, look, you don't have a guy right now. You're not committed to nothing. So go. What are you doing? You're in your 20s. And then I was talking to this girl. I was like, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like every other person is kind of, and doing something internationally too, which I'm really, really proud of and really happy that people are like leaving the nest and like, just I'm happy. I'm happy to hear and see that. Especially again, like we mentioned, always from our community. I do think it's a bigger step if you're a Muslim woman to make that move. But yeah, just even on a personal level, I think it will be huge. Like I think that the decision you're making is something I would do the same if I was in the same predicament as you. Like it seems appropriate. And I get it. Like I think like I've only been in a position once for 2 years, like as long as 2 years. Yeah. And even that amount of time, I don't know if it's because we're young or like we I feel like I'm being stuck. Like I don't want to feel stuck, and like
I can, when I see, like, some of my coworkers who have been there for 20, 30 years, like, I can admire that because they've made connections, they've made relationships with their community, with other coworkers, and, like, they know the ins and outs of the organization. You know what I mean? Like, they're very grounded in the work that they do. They're very, like, they specialize in the work that they do. So I can appreciate that, and I like, you know, I admire it because I'm like, that's really cool. Like, that's something I would like to do one day, but I feel like right now, it's not something I don't know, I just feel like I get stuck, and I'm like, I don't want to be stuck. I want to be able to, like, move.
No, I completely get it. I mean, the amount of anxiety so my first and only job that I was in for 2 years was that HR position.
Yeah.
And I never wanted to be in HR ever.
Yeah.
Like, I had no interest in it. I didn't study it. Didn't even do, like, a single course on it. It's something that happened. And I was in that role until the very end of my undergrad. And I felt that, like, kind of the level of, like, because I get worked up about that stuff, about being put in a box.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I'm someone, just like you, we have, like, multiple interests, which is, like, the greatest thing, the biggest flaw, because you're, like, you just want to do everything.
Yeah.
And HR was not one of them. So I felt like, in my head, even though this is, like, pretty melodramatic, I imagined, you know, if I only had HR on my resume, and if that's the only thing I've had experience in, I could never branch out. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, and
like,
because it can be difficult if you don't have experience in other fields and you try to go out and, you know.
Yeah, because how do you tell someone you have design skills, or you have the ability to write copy or whatever, when the only thing that they see is
HR.
Is HR coordinator is the only title you've ever had. So how could we, like, essentially trust that you can do other things? And so I was, like, panicking by the end of my contract. Because of the same reasons that you were saying, of, like, I just want to be able to do more with my life. And again, I just finished school. I did an English degree I was very happy and, like, passionate about. I didn't want to leave that degree going, well, I'm gonna go into HR.
Yeah, like, you know, I don't think anybody likes to feel when they finish their undergrad, like, wow, I did that for no reason.
Yes. Or, like, this is not being followed up by something that makes me just as happy.
Yeah.
Or something. Or at least has, like, the potential to become something bigger, right?
Yeah.
The thing with HR is that, like, I realized while I was there is that unlike other design positions, for example, like, if I started as, let's say, a graphic designer, just because that's the easiest one, you can start off doing smaller projects, but then end up becoming a creative director, but then end up going into production, but then end up going into whatever. Like, there's so many branches of that field. Whereas with HR, you become an HR coordinator, senior HR coordinator, a manager, a VP. Like, it's all.
You're still in. Yeah, exactly.
You just get promoted salary wise. Like, that's about it, and that's not enough for me personally. Yeah. So.
And I think for us as well, it's like, we don't like to. It's not only about being stuck in one position. It's also about being stuck in a position where you don't really have control. It's always someone telling you how to do your job.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, like, for me, like, I want to get to a point where I am the one who owns my own. Yes, like, I am the one, I work for myself, and I don't work for anybody else. Yeah. And I know that is, like, a big dream. A lot of people have that dream, and a lot of people don't get to achieve it. But I think that, like, we can do that.
Yeah, but I also think both of us are stubborn enough to, like, also not just have that dream and that hope, but, like, well, if you're not working towards it, then if you're not trying at least,
yeah, exactly.
Then you can truthfully say, yeah, it's never going to happen for me. But I think, again, like, with the podcast, with the other things that we're doing with our lives, it's just like, well, we're trying to get there.
Yeah, exactly.
To say, like, look, some way, somehow, if we do this for long enough and try to make good quality content, then it'll come up for us.
It'll pan out into something. And, like, and I feel like sometimes I don't think I'm doing enough, and then when I tell people what I'm doing, they're like, wow, you're so busy.
How are you
How are you all... Yeah, and I'm like, wait, I feel like I'm not doing enough, because I hear of other people doing
that's
2 times more.
That's the problem.
And then, so then you're like, oh, I need to, like, do even more to be at the point where I need to be. Yeah. But, like, I'm excited for for this new step, and I'm, like, nervous again not only to tell my coworkers, but to, like, quit a full-time position, and then a month and a half later have to try and find a new full-time position because I'm going to be unemployed when I come back.
Right.
So it's like, and I mean, I know that there's positions out there, and it's just being like I have made a plan for myself where I know that I'm not just going to spend that month and a half doing nothing and then come back and expect for a job to be like land in front of me. No,
Right.
I know that it's going to be hard work. I know what our job, like what the fields look like. It's
Mhm.
very, very hard to get full-time work in our society right now.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I know that I have to just be like constantly working forward and like like taking all from this experience, like just taking everything that I can get out of this experience,
Right.
and then making sure that it can be transferable and like move forward into whatever I want to do that's coming next. So
absolutely. But then ultimately, what I keep wanting to go back with, again, people who are making decisions just like you right now, is that let's try to focus on being happy about the fact that you made this decision.
Yeah.
Let's try to, because again, like I can't necessarily mention the other people because, like, again, they're kind of in a predicament where, like, they haven't really fully made that decision.
Yeah,
so, gonna keep that as is. But what I keep going back to those people saying, like, this is like a point in your life, your 20s especially, is when you're 40 or 50, you're looking back on with, you want to look back on with happiness, with admiration for your younger self for having made those decisions. So let's, like, don't stress yourself out about, like, everything that's happening right now. Let's, like, embrace the fact that you're making strides and making risks when you can and when you should, right? And I'm super proud. Honestly, I'm very happy. Very happy.
That was a big thing, like, when I was making this decision, when I was talking to, like, you and all my other friends and my parents and all this stuff, like, I was looking within myself as well as looking, like, for other people's perspectives, because I know, like, for me, the first time I heard of this opportunity, I was like, yes, like, I'm very, like, I see the positive of what this opportunity can give me, and then before I see the negative. So it's like automatically I'm like, this is amazing, I want to do it.
You're on board.
But then I had to, like, step back and be like, okay, listen, Iman, like, think about what this really gonna do to your life.
Yeah.
So, but the main thing that I thought of is, if I miss this opportunity, if I think, like, you know what, it doesn't make sense financially, am I gonna regret it? That was like the biggest thing, and I was like, I think I will regret it, because I'm gonna look back, how many years later, still trying to make money, and think, wow, I could have done that.
Exactly.
Like, what would have happened if I had done this? Like, you know what I mean? And the thing I tried to explain to my parents is, like, because they're thinking, again, financial, on top of, like, my well-being.
Right.
Is, like, a lot of the stuff I want to do in my future, some of these positions literally require international experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I was looking at a job position on LinkedIn one day, and it was, like, like, international experience is an asset. And I'm like, whoa, like, I have some of that. You know what I mean? Like, exactly. I lived abroad for 6 months, and, like, the more I'm able to show that I'm flexible in different environments and be able to go into, like, work with different people, that is a plus for me.
Right.
And I obviously I'm not fronting and saying, like, that's the only reason I'm doing this. No, of course, I love to travel.
Yeah.
And, like, that's that's why I want to do this. But
sure.
I also understand that this is beneficial for me too.
Right.
So that was the big thing. I was like, am I going to be happy with this decision? Am I going to regret it if I don't do this? Mm-hmm. And that was my like, when I spoke to my parents, I was like so, like, anxious and guilty and whatever. And then my dad was like to me, like, maybe a week later or something, he was like, or no, that same day, he was like, you know what, like, after we went through my whole talk and everything, and he was like, think about it, but don't think too long. It's not that serious. He was like, think about it, think if this is what you want to do, but don't wait forever, don't stress about it, it's not that serious. You make your decision, and then you go for it.
Right.
You need to make your decision and not live with regret.
Right.
That's what he told me, and I was like, well, damn.
Whoa, where did that
come from? And I was like, okay. I was like, what do you want me to do? Like, you're telling me one thing, and then you're telling me one thing.
Is there, like, an implicit message?
Yeah, but
by saying that,
I'm happy with my decision, and, like, the fact that I have my flight ticket, because there are days where I'm like, whoa, like, am I really gonna do this?
For sure.
Like, because I know I still have once my contract ends at the end of the school year, I know that I have a position following up. Like, I know that it's not like I have to look for a new job. No, I know I have a job for the summer. Like, sometimes I think, like, whoa, like, am I really going to be this stupid and go? But then I already know I have my ticket, so I've already made my decision.
Right.
So it kind of, like, my brain goes, nope, you already made your decision. Stop it. You're going.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so ready for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know, and, like, I mean, I think it comes down to, like, we're both very similar in the sense of, like, making decisions based on intuition sometimes. Mm-hmm. Like, I think, there's some, like, I think career-wise, just to wrap this up, like, is I definitely have made decisions too that are very very unlike what my siblings have done, and just based on the fact that what makes me comfortable, and I know 30 years from now, if I look back at my resume, it's gonna look like 4,000 different, fields and colors, and like it's just not gonna be one. I've never been that one person to just
to stick to one thing.
Like there's people who are boring who just like, I always wanted to be a dentist, and then have done that.
No,
forever.
I can't do that.
And I've just like they went to school for dentistry, and like everything they did outside of school was dentistry related.
Yeah.
And I just, in my head, I'm like, I have never. It's not that I'm not a committed person. I just love the arts in general. So that means everything under that umbrella.
Yeah, exactly.
So that means I'm just gonna be like diverging every second chance that I can. Yeah. So I've never been able to be that person. I think that's frustrating from a parent's perspective.
Yeah, because they don't know where you're gonna land.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean.
Yeah, they want to be able to know tomorrow you're gonna be covered, you're safe financially, and that like they just want to be able to like their expectations of you just want to align or like know where you're going. But that hasn't been the case usually for me. Usually it's like tomorrow, like I'll show up and be like, even like with this podcast thing, like you'll come over and mom's like, what's happening? I'm like, well, we're starting a podcast. Yeah. And then she's like, what's? And then I have to explain.
My parents don't get it. They still don't get it. So my mom, I'll be like, yeah, I'm going over to Raazia. She's like, what do you do? I'm like granted, we've been doing this for almost a year now, right? And
has it been a year?
Almost. We started last Ramadan, but last Ramadan was in June. So. Right?
Like in June. Really?
Yeah, it's been almost a year.
When we met up at Scatterbush, remember that one day when we decided on the name? Was that in June?
That was before June. But like when we started recording, it was Ramadan. I remember this.
Whoa, shoot!
Yeah, in the library.
Oh my God! Yeah.
So we have to make sure we find out which days are anniversary.
Okay, I probably just looked up the first episode was released.
But
holy moly!
Yeah. So as I was saying, what was I saying? No, but here's yeah. My mom will be like, what do you do? And I'm like,
oh yeah, the podcast.
I'm like, so what I've learned is that I'm a little more hesitant when it comes to telling my family about the stuff I do, like creative stuff I do, because when I went on exchange 2 years ago, I started a YouTube channel, right?
Yes. And
I posted it like not daily vlogs, but I posted vlogs about like whenever I went like somewhere new. Because I wanted to keep track of, like, all the places I went, all these experiences for myself, like, first and foremost. And then I was like, yeah, it's a good way for my friends and family to, like, just keep track of me. Like, I'm safe, I'm here.
Yeah.
And, like, kind of see what I'm doing, too.
Right.
I never wanted it to be more than that. And it hasn't been more than that. Like, I have, like, maybe 100 subscribers. Like, it's not, and I haven't touched it for 2 years.
Right.
So, and it's not the greatest stuff, either. But I did it, and I'm proud of it, because that's what I wanted to do.
Right.
But I initially I didn't tell my parents that I was going to do it because like I just it's just like I just didn't tell them.
Yeah.
And then I remember I was talking like I think I was FaceTiming my family and my brother mentioned it and then after that my parents
questions came up.
My parents found out about it, so then they started watching it and then they literally told every single family member about it. And
oh my God.
To this day. People I don't know, like family members I have not met, have seen my videos.
Oh my God!
And I'm like, and I'm not ashamed of it. It's just like it's a little weird.
It's just weird.
It's just because like sometimes the person you are with your family isn't exactly the same person you are with friends, and it's not. I'm not ashamed of anything. I'm not hiding anything first and foremost. Like, but sometimes I'm just like, it's just different. Sometimes it's just a slight difference in personality. Absolutely. Stuff like that. So it's just a little weird for me when everybody's watching me. Like, they're at home watching while I'm, like, not there.
Yeah, it's a little strange. It's just like when someone knows more about you than you do about them. But that
kind
weird.
Of thing. It's just a little weird.
That is weird.
So then I didn't really explicitly tell them about this podcast either.
Right.
Not that I'm hiding.
Because I know I get it. I do the same thing with my parents, too, with this. And, like, the Kubo thing I've done with my sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Like, that only really happened when they saw us making stuff.
Yeah.
And then they were like, what is
this?
What do you mean new business? Like they were just like completely thrown off. But it's just because it's like, at least for me, a creative process like has to start with whoever you're like collabing with.
Exactly.
Or if it's yourself, and then you have to let that little thing grow.
Yeah,
for a little bit,
exactly.
Commit to it, and then sure, so other people get to know about it. But it's just like I feel like
I like to keep it to myself.
Right. I feel like I would have if I told my parents or anybody about the podcast before it became a thing with you and I is that. I feel like I get into my own head about it because like people ask questions or like say even if they don't mean anything, we'll say a few things and I'll start doubting like, oh, maybe the idea wasn't good, or like,
Yeah.
maybe I should do it a different way, and then it fucks up my approach to something when it's fine. Like it would have been
Yeah,
fine,
exactly.
and it feels like organic, right?
So yeah, like now whenever I'm like, yeah, I'm going over to Razia's, I'll just say like I have a meeting, and then they'll be like, what do you mean a meeting? And I'm like, okay, I'm going over to Razia's. And then they're like, oh, what are you doing? And I'm like, yeah, we're just, we're recording.
Yeah.
And she's like, recording what? And I'm like, the podcast. She's like, you have a podcast?
Yeah.
And then it's like, yes. And then she's like, where do you find it? And I'm like, it's online. And then I leave it at that.
It's just fine. Oh my god.
But yeah.
That's pretty funny. I don't know how we're doing for time, but I did want to mention one event that I don't know if you know that I'm pretty into it. Like I really look forward to the Met Gala every year.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, I'm like whatever. I don't care for it too much. And I told you this before. I don't care for red carpets.
Yes. Yeah, you have.
I've told you this. It gets boring for me. I just I don't care what you're wearing. I don't care who made it.
And then I'm the exact opposite because I give a complete shit about what you're wearing.
But I definitely did keep track of Met Gala this year, just because it was all over Twitter and stuff, and I was just looking at everybody's outfits.
I feel like it was much bigger this year in terms of everybody was talking Met Gala even last year, the last 2 years, still big in the sense of a lot of celebrities showed up, but people who I at first didn't even know what freaking Met Gala was were saying, oh, did you see so and so what they were wearing? And I was like, oh, you keep up? It's just weird. This year I feel like because of Lady Gaga and Kim Kardashian specifically, because of their outrageous looks, it kind of got more reach.
Yeah.
But I feel like more people, it's more of a common name.
Yeah, definitely. I think I saw pretty much everyone's outfits.
Yeah.
Just not even watching. I was just on Twitter, just scrolling, and some of my
Instagram stuff.
Yeah, some of my favorite influencers were keeping up with it, so then I was keeping up with it, kind of thing. So yeah, what did you think? What were your favorite looks?
Okay, I have to start off with one that I really didn't think I was gonna like. I don't keep up with the Kardashians. I don't watch. I don't watch.
Same. I don't either.
I don't watch any of the reality TV shows. I don't even.
I don't like them.
I don't follow them anywhere.
I'll say that straight up. I don't like them.
I don't even follow them.
I mean, okay, this is not. Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not fair to say I don't like them because I don't know them as people, but I don't like who they present themselves to be.
Right.
I'll say that.
Yeah. No, I think. I find it comical if anything. I'll end up seeing them in an interview or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they're so unabashedly okay to talk themselves up about how much they own. Everything's I don't know if you've noticed, but everything's about monetary value. Everything's about but everybody was looking at me that kind of thing. And I just laugh because they're just so up their own butts about how.
Yeah, I mean they're again I'm not trying to be here being mean or whatever and being a hater, but it's just their whole entire the Kardashian brand. It's just you're famous because you're rich kind of thing.
No, it's absolutely.
And it's just and then you're you're making all these moves you're a model, you're a business owner, blah blah blah. But all that became because of
one thing
and one thing only.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So, anyways, that's a whole other episode. Let's move on.
Oh my god. But putting all that aside and me sounding almost a hypocrite now for what I'm gonna say, I actually really, really, really like what Kim Kardashian wore. I don't know if you saw the whole outfit.
I didn't see what Kim Kardashian wore.
No?
I saw what Kylie and Kendall wore.
The very colorful outfits.
I don't remember what she wore, though.
Basically, Kim Kardashian wore... Oh, so really quick to go back. You asked about our anniversary date, July 6th.
That was our first episode?
First episode is July 6th. Okay, she's going to remember that. So, Kim Kardashian, the look that she had was a specific aesthetic. She basically calls it the wet look, which is essentially if she were to just wear a long t-shirt type dress and came out of the water, you know how your fabric sticks to your body and stuff like that after you come out. That's the look that she was going for.
Okay.
And I like the concept, and I thought, I don't know the designer really well who she.
Did it fit under the theme though?
That's the thing. That's where we could debate it, honestly. But
the theme was camp this year, right?
Yeah, exactly. So.
Oh.
Yeah. So she wore a corset, by the way. So that's not. Really
her. That looks so creepy.
Yeah, but just okay, let's.
Oh, I can see what it because the crystals look like water.
Exactly.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, let's talk about the dress itself.
Mm-hmm.
That's all silicone. Her dress is not fabric. That's all silicone.
That must be so uncomfortable.
Oh my god, that's just probably sticking to you
like
plastic. But just the the concept and the follow through of it is like amazing. Like the little tied thing she has in her stomach,
Yeah.
the way that you would tie up a shirt when it,
Yeah,
it's
that's
wet,
true.
like the
and how it like all kind of comes in as if it's sticking to your body. Yeah.
I love like that, and her makeup and her hair, like the styling.
Yeah.
I thought. I was like, well, like she kind of killed it. Like you can't really see in this picture, but even her skin, they had like this weird moist thing on it.
Mm-hmm. It looks like her hair looks wet too.
Yeah, exactly. I loved it. I love the aesthetic overall. I feel like even on anybody else, if they had the same exact look makeup, I would have loved it. I just think that
the idea.
Yes, it's pretty cool. The concept itself was pretty sick. As for like the theme, like you said, I mean, camp is supposed to be like exaggerated, over the top.
Yeah.
Like the nth degree of an idea.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like a pretty, like the most mellow you can get with that idea, but still like over the top because she's wearing like the craziest corset.
Yeah, that's true.
And like her body looks like out of this world proportion.
That's true.
So, but I think if anybody really actually did camp, my friend, the only
Lady
person
Gaga.
who has been doing camp since time, she wore like, I think you saw that.
She went through like 3 transformations.
That 16-minute entrance.
Yeah.
The entire time I was laughing only because I was like, it's just silence and her walking around.
Yeah. I'm like, do you not feel uncomfortable?
But she's in it. That's
yeah,
Lady
the thing,
Gaga.
like, yeah, Lady Gaga can, when she's in character, she's in character for sure. But like, yeah, first she came out in that big pink
umbrella-like thing. Yeah, this
dress,
huge
and then, no, it was black first, right?
It was pink first.
Pink first, then black.
Pink first, then black, and then another pink slip,
and then her bra. Yeah, it was crazy. That was insane. Other ones that I liked Zendaya's.
Zendaya, the Cinderella dress.
Mm-hmm. I liked it. I liked it just because of the whole light up thing, like how they did the wand and then it lit up.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. I mean, in terms of it being like campy, I think it was a little on the plain side.
Right. Yes.
You know.
I would agree. Yeah.
It felt more like she was stepping into like an Alice in Wonderland. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of like Yeah,
it felt more like a costume to me than fashion.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Janelle Monáe's.
Yeah.
Janelle Monáe's look was insane.
You know
the eye blinked. It was crazy. Oh, what's his name? That one. No, left. There. What's his name again?
Oh my god, I literally had it in my head. Jared Leto.
That was insane. The head looks exactly like him.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was crazy.
It's so subtle too, because really what he's wearing is like pretty. It's just like a long dress with jewels on top of it. Really not anything extra. It's what he's holding in his hand. Yeah. You're just like, somehow that's surreal but pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really liked what Harry Styles were. Again.
Really? I didn't like it. No, it just looked weird. I didn't like how his nipples were just sticking out like that. It just looked a little creepy to me.
I think I'm biased though, because I think his fashion aesthetic, I don't know if you've seen what he normally wears, like really
no, I've heard yeah.
I love that look on him.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. But it's not the fact that it's on him. It's just the fact that I don't like the piece itself.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see Nicki Minaj, but that looks kind of cool.
Yeah, even for her though, I thought it was pretty simple. Like it's just like a more revealing ballet dress kind of.
Yeah.
Like it's not for her. Like we've seen her wear some crazy shit, even in past Met Galas. And I was like, for camp, I expected more.
Yeah.
Even with J-Lo, it's a nice piece. Like it looks really good on her, but it feels very Las Vegas. Like she could have.
Yeah. It does look very Las Vegas.
She could have worn this.
Who's Katy Perry at the chandelier?
Yeah, she wore a hamburger after that. Did you see that?
I did not see that. She wore a hamburger.
So usually, like for their red carpet entrance, they wear one outfit, and usually afterwards they change. During the party itself, and she wore I don't even have to show you it. It's like literally a hamburger.
Why would you do that? You had a chance to change into something a little more comfortable, and you decided a hamburger.
It's okay. I just was like, that's so Katy Perry. That's her in a nutshell.
Another thing that was interesting, I actually liked Kylie and Kendall's looks.
I loved hers. I loved what's her name? Is that Kylie?
That's Kylie. Yeah.
The
purple was Kylie. The orange was Kendall.
Yeah.
I really liked. Cardi B's was interesting.
Like, no, I
wasn't a fan, to be honest. I wasn't a fan.
No.
I wasn't a fan of Lupita Nyong'o's either.
Oh, like the Vegas poems and stuff. Yeah.
But that's just because I'm not a fan of the colors.
Yeah.
But I feel like for the theme it worked.
For the theme it worked. No, like how outrageous it was. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But her my thing is like, the outfits that I liked the most were the people who still went crazy, but they looked good.
But they look, yeah.
That was my thing.
Yeah.
Like even, oh my god, I think one of my worst dresses was Priyanka Chopra.
I hated that. And her eyebrows, I don't like how she did her eyebrows.
And her hair.
I didn't like it. And even Nick Jonas did not. I didn't like it.
For someone who like actually looks good in color and like I've seen him wear like really not super masculine stuff. He's pretty cute. The both of them, I was like,
I don't know what happened. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I have to say though, for the YouTubers that came along, that came to this event, Liza Koshy's dress was great. I loved her dress.
At first, I didn't like it too much, but then I watched this. So
yeah, me too.
Basically,
I love her.
Did a good job. To be honest, covering everybody's like getting ready stuff. I was like, oh my! Especially the slip. I wish she did something different actually with the slip and then something else.
Yeah.
Because the dress itself she's wearing underneath, that's like this.
It's so cute. Yeah.
I love it so much.
I think she and I also really like Liza Koshy as like a personality. Like she's really funny.
She kept up really well.
Yeah, she was really she's really good and like she's really young too. She's like 21 or something.
Young. Yeah.
I didn't like James Charles' look. I don't like James Charles either.
Did you hear?
So
there's
yes,
great YouTube drama about this boy.
I like Lily Singh's dress. Have you seen hers? She dressed up like a lily.
I saw it, but then I was like,
I didn't like her makeup look too much, but the dress itself was nice, and her hair was really nice too.
Yeah, I feel like it gave me Tangled vibes, like you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Like and then I went
very
back
fairy tale.
Yeah, I feel like I was like waiting. I don't know. I would have taken it a different direction, either like a darker look of that, or like more fantasy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I felt it was too in the middle, too safe.
That one, Ezra Blake, is that his name?
That was pretty dope.
That was sick.
It's pretty dope.
That was sick. I see Katy Perry as a hamburger.
But like that's what he was wearing, the Ezra Miller guy.
Oh, like Ezra Miller, not Ezra Blake.
Yikes. that makeup look is kind of like trending right now. Like it was a thing on
oh really?
On YouTube for a while. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
what's her name? You know not Michelle Fan, the other Filipino like makeup artist who's like really famous. Michelle found something. Oh my god, it's gonna kill me.
Okay.
But she did that, and like a lot of other people kind of tried to mimic her. Like it was like a challenge for a while.
Yeah.
But just how he like pulls it off with the mask and like he's the type of guy who has presence. I feel like so he like pulled it off.
Scary.
Oh my god, it was so nice. It was so good.
I wasn't a fan of who's that?
Cara Delevingne.
Yeah, I didn't like that. But again, like it kind of follows the theme, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like without the headpiece, I'm okay. The headpiece was like
the headpiece was a little weird.
She just basically found.
I also didn't like Gigi Hadid.
Gigi Hadid, like the white eyelashes. I liked her sister so much.
I didn't see her sister.
Bella Hadid wore just like basically a black dress with a shit ton of jewels. That she looked really 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 good. Hold on, let me find it for you. But another person I just saw there, I gotta go to.
Oh yeah, Lily Collins. Yeah, that was.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Like Elvis Presley's like wife.
Oh, that's true. It kind of gives me Amy Winehouse vibes too.
Yeah, because it's the hair.
The hair, yeah.
That's her. Bella Hadid.
Ooh, see, it doesn't really follow camp, but she looks good.
But she looks good.
Yeah.
She looks crazy.
I'm surprised The Weeknd wasn't there with her.
I know. Are they still together?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, she was here for his mom's birthday. Like she was here in Toronto.
Cute. I like how they're together. I think it's an interesting couple.
Yeah.
Deepika, what do we think?
Oh, this Deepika I think looked good.
Yeah.
I liked her look.
Yeah.
She looked sick, I think. And it was very different from what she
this was out of her box.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly.
I was surprised she was there too. I was like,
what? You said, oh, okay, you should have.
I was like, oh, okay.
I like the dress a lot. The hair, I was like thinking about it for a long time, and then I was like, I don't know what else she could have done anyway.
Yeah, that's true. It makes her look very like punk rock, but like at the ball. Especially. You know what I mean? Yeah. But these are kind of sad. Like, no, what's her face? That's Gwyneth Paltrow, right?
I didn't see this one.
And Amy. What am I doing?
Amy Schumer.
And Demi Lovato. I don't like those at all. All three of those.
That's
they don't look
It's funny because I didn't see any of these. Like clearly they didn't make.
Yeah, they made. I like Miley Cyrus, but did you see that meme of her? She went as Hannah Montana.
Yeah, I kind of loved it. I kind of loved it more after I saw that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah.
That was so funny.
I love this. I actually really like it on her because it's still very much her aesthetic.
Yeah, exactly.
So I loved it. The Bella, she just looks so good. Bella just looks so cute.
It's very. Yeah, that just makes me cringe. I don't like it at all. But it falls under. I get it. It falls into the theme, but I just don't like it.
But I also don't think Priyanka Chopra, again, like a Deepika, can't really pull off like those kind of looks of like out there. Do you know what I'm? Do you know
But
what I'm
no,
saying?
but you know what? I feel like she could have pulled it off in a different way. Like she could have done something really bright and like vivacious, like a yellow or an orange. Like she could have killed something.
That's true.
And I don't know why she went that way. I don't know. I'm not a fan.
I really think I don't have any problems with her headpiece or her dress. It's the hair and the makeup.
hair and the makeup.
It's a mess.
Yes,
It's
yes,
a giant
yes.
mess.
That's what it is.
So, you know, someone described it to me. It's like she walked out of like she's like an extra from Alice in the Wonderland.
That's what it reminds me of. Alice in Wonderland.
Oh my god, killed me. Yeah, I just really didn't like Cardi B's. There's no part of it that's Lily sings.
Yeah, Lily sings.
Oh man.
James, I don't understand why. Like, what is that supposed to be?
Just like his makeup actually didn't even look that good that day.
You're literally just wearing a chain triangle.
Chain triangle.
You're wearing a chain triangle.
Yeah, even his I was surprised because even his. I thought like this is the event that you go to look not like yourself.
Yeah,
and
that looks like something he would wear.
Yeah,
yeah,
like,
exactly.
So that really fascinated me too.
But overall, it was really interesting. I think the theme this year really brought out some interesting looks.
Yeah, for sure.
Rihanna wasn't there, which is surprising.
I thought about that too. I was like,
and Beyonce wasn't there.
Yeah, those two weren't there, and I saw. Did you see Sierra's look?
Sierra's was good. I like Sierra's
Diana
look.
Ross.
Yeah, that was cool. But yeah, a lot of people were waiting for like Rihanna to show up, and she just wasn't.
Yeah, because she's usually a showstopper, just like Beyonce.
I wonder why she didn't go this year.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know what the situation was with either of them. But Sophie Turner looked pretty cute. Again, like, not extravagant,
not campy,
but
she looked cute.
She looked cute.
Yeah, her and Joe Jonas were fine.
Joe Jonas. Oh yeah, he wore like similar colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember now.
Anyways, I think we should wrap it up here.
Yeah.
We talked about a lot. I know.
Day, sorry.
We're gonna keep going on. For an episode that we didn't have much to talk about, it's been over an hour. So
Shit.
we are going to wrap it up here, guys. We hope you guys enjoyed, and we will talk to you guys on the next one.
See ya.